Hi everyone, and welcome to our informational webinar, Teaching in the USA with Educational Partners International. We are Educational Partners International, but we often call ourselves EPI for short, so I will be calling us that throughout this presentation. My name is Jessica, and I work as a content specialist for EPI. I am from the mountains of North Carolina, and before working with EPI, I taught English at the community college level. And I'm really excited to be working for a company that combines my passion for education with my passion for cultural exchange. Today I will be talking about what EPI does and how you can apply. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have regarding us and our process. You can ask us questions in the comment box and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. Please keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those questions should be emailed to team@teachwithepi.com. So today's webinar is a general introduction to EPI. By the end of this presentation, we hope you will understand our mission and know the benefits both in program and after you leave the US. So the first question that most people have is, what is EPI? And you can answer this question in a lot of ways, but first and foremost, EPI is a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers into the US to teach. Officially, EPI is designated as a sponsor for an exchange visitor program. We have become a world leader in cultural exchange, helping hundreds of teachers from around the world to come to the US to teach. Teachers in our program are currently in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. And while we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in North Carolina, which is about where the arrow is on the map on your screen. We would love to know where all of you are from too, so please take the time to tell us in the comments. So in order to understand the importance of U.S. cultural exchange, you probably need to know more about its history. Much of the cultural exchange movement in the U.S. was started by Senator J. William Fulbright. He was passionate about strengthening U.S. international relations and saw cultural exchange as a good way to accomplish this. You are probably familiar with his name because he created the Fulbright program, which is a famous international education scholarship. After creating the Fulbright program, he developed and passed the Fulbright-Hays Act of 1961. The purpose of this act was to increase mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of other countries by means of educational and cultural exchange. The Fulbright-Hays Act led to the creation of cultural exchange programs like EPI across the United States. Educational Partners International is an exchange visitor program authorized to sponsor teachers for K-12 placement in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. We place teachers in all subjects taught in K-12 schools, so that means not only foreign languages and English as a second language, but also math, science, art, special education, elementary education, and many more. EPI offers cultural exchange opportunities specifically for teachers from other countries to come to the United States. Cultural exchange means that our teachers come to the U.S. to share their culture and then return to their home country so that they can share what they have learned about the U.S. You will be able to do that through 2 cultural exchange projects that you will complete every year that you are an EPI teacher. The EPI program lasts for 3 years. After you have finished the program, you will then return to your home country for 2 years. Those 2 years where you go back home are really important because that is where you are going to complete our cultural exchange mission. Of course, we want to help you come to the US to share your culture, but we are also interested in you returning to your home country and sharing your experience in the United States with other people there. That is because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and members of the communities in which we live. This is the whole reason we do this program. Your ability to bring your culture to the United States and then take United States culture back home with you is really what true cultural exchange is about. Exchanging knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better as a global community. So what does this kind of cultural exchange look like? Being an EPI teacher means that you will live and teach in the United States, fully immersed in US culture, while sharing your culture with your students here. Today we have a couple of examples of the projects our teachers have created to share their culture with their US communities. One of our teachers from Spain had her students make board games about culture. These games covered the traditions, customs, and history of both Spain and the United States so that her students were able to learn more about her culture and their own as well. This is an activity that one of our teachers from China organized. He had his students in America, in America, write to pen pals in China. He called it the International Academic Friendship Program, and here you can see some of the letters they wrote to each other. One of our teachers from Ecuador gave her students traditional Ecuadorian food and taught them some dances from her country after telling them some about life there. We also have a video of one of our Spanish immersion teachers from Mexico describing one of her cultural exchange projects and the effects that it had on her community. So here is her experience with cultural exchange in the United States.
Hi, my name is Claudia Castillo. I'm from Monterrey and I'm a Spanish teacher here at D. Williams in the dual language program. Today is May 10. May 10 in Mexico, it's a really big celebration. It's Mother's Day, and for us, mothers are like the base of the family. So at school, what I try to do is just to share my culture and share the way we celebrate in Mexico here. The kids were really excited. They were happy to be able to sing to their moms. They were happy to be able to express their feelings. And for the American moms, they can learn about our culture, the way that we celebrate. I think every single mom like and enjoy this event.
So as you can see, we provide many opportunities for you to share your culture with your school here in the United States, and there are many different ways that you can do this. You will have the ability to find what you are really passionate about and share that with your students here. So now that you have more of a background on who we are and what we do, it's time to talk about what benefits you get from participating in our program. So the most obvious benefit is that you will get to encounter new cultural experiences, experience life in the United States, and share your culture with people who would not normally experience it. Your students here may not know very much at all about life in your home country, and you will get to share things with them that they would have never known otherwise. By doing this, you also have the opportunity to make a positive impact for students all over the world, not just in your home country. Also, one of the most important things that we offer you is personal and professional support for you during your time here in the United States. We think teacher support is a major part of this whole process and one of the most important things that we do. We are invested in your success, so we are available as a resource for you even after you arrive in the United States. So let's talk more in depth about the type of support that we offer our teachers. EPI support program is an area of pride for us as a cultural exchange program. As soon as you are placed in a school, one of our dedicated and trained support team members will contact you to help guide you in the process of moving to the U.S. The relationship between you and the support team is an important one and will continue throughout your time as an EPI teacher. Should you need help of any kind while you are in the U.S., the EPI support team is here for you. At EPI, we understand that American students need the international perspective that teachers like you bring, and we are dedicated in doing all we can to help you deliver it. So EPI is the type of program that not only provides benefits while you are here, but also when you return to your home country. The experiences and professional development that you will have while in the United States is something that you will carry with you your whole life. Once you are done with our program, you will be able to go home with a new perspective that will enrich your personal and professional life. Also, participating in this program means that you are now a world educator. You are a teacher who has taught students from multiple countries all over the world. Experiences like these are truly life-changing, and you will not be the same kind of teacher or person that you were before you came here, which we consider to be one of the major benefits of participating in our program. So before we finish talking about the benefits that EPI has to offer, here is what some of our teachers have to say about their time in the United States. Shana Lee from Jamaica says, we also have this quote from Winnie from the Philippines. Here is what she has to say about working with EPI. We also have another video of Claudia sharing her story. After this brief video, we will be answering your questions in a live question and answer session. So this is what Claudia says about her experience with EPI.
EPI, it's for me, has made my dream come true. And I'm just really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be part of EPI, and I just hope that everybody joins us.
To hear more from our teachers, visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their cultural exchange experience. We also post their stories on our website, teachwithepi.com. So now it's time for questions. I'm going to be answering any comments that you have left below. So if you have not yet submitted your questions, please ask them now. We also encourage you to tell us about yourself. We would love to know where you are from and what you are currently teaching. It looks like we have already heard from teachers from Jamaica, India, Mexico, and more today. And just wherever you are joining us from, thank you so much for being here today. Okay, so it looks like our first question is there an application or a placement fee? So the answer is no. EPI does not charge our applicants for an application or for their placement fees. There are other costs that you might be responsible for associated with your application, such as your diplomas, transcripts, if you need a renewed passport, if you need certified translations. All of those things may cost money during the application process, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Okay, our next question is which states do you place teachers? So just to reiterate that, the states in which we place teachers are North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. Our next question is, do I need a driver's license? And this is a question that we get a lot. And the answer is no, you do not need a driver's license to participate in our program. However, something to consider is that if you don't have a driver's license, we will be kind of limited in where we might be able to place you in the US because many places don't have strong public transportation systems. But otherwise, you will not need a driver's license to participate in our program. Okay, it looks like our next question is how can I apply? And I'm going to be showing you a little graphic demonstrating this in just a minute, but to give you an overview, you can apply by going to teachwithepi.com, scrolling down until you find a big orange button that says click here to apply, and then you'll be able to start your application. Okay, so our next question is, do you help us find a school to be placed in? That is a great question. We have another webinar that we run sometimes called, what is it called? How the EPI program works. So, and it gives you more of an overview of all of these things, but to kind of address the placement process real quick right here, how it will work is you will go through your application. The application will be all of your documents and 2 interviews with EPI team members. And then if we approve your application, it goes into a phase that we call the approved stage. And in the approved stage, all of our partnered schools will be able to look through all of the applications for the teachers that we have agreed to sponsor and choose which ones that they want to interview and then eventually place in the school. So in terms of finding a school, we do all of that kind of hard work for you. We are the ones that communicate and work with the schools up front during the application process. So yes, we definitely do a lot to help you find a school to be placed in. Okay, and it looks like we just have one more question today, and it's another question that we get a lot. It is there an age limit? So no, there is no age limit. There are other requirements for being an EPI teacher, such as that you are currently teaching, that you have at least a bachelor's degree, that you have strong English skills, But as long as you meet our basic requirements, you are welcome to apply regardless of what your age is. Okay, so that's our last question for today. If you did not get to ask your question, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. We will be answering all remaining questions in the comments after the broadcast. So now that you know more about us, the question is EPI right for you? Here we have listed some of the basic requirements for our program. EPI teachers must have a bachelor's degree. They must have at least 2 years full-time teaching experience. They must be currently teaching, and they must have advanced English skills. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and apply at teachwithepi.com. As you can see in the video, the first step to apply is to go to our website, teachwithepi.com/teachers. Once you are there, you will scroll down until you see the orange button that says click here to apply. Then you will answer some questions about your eligibility and click the submit button. After you answer the questions, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. If you have already started the application process but have some questions about how to continue, please email us at team@teachwithepi.com and we'll be able to answer your questions as soon as possible. Okay, so in closing today, I would like to share this quote from J. William Fulbright that I feel illustrates the importance of cultural exchange education. We must try to expand the boundaries of human wisdom, empathy, and perception, and there is no way of doing that except through education. Much like Fulbright talks about here, at EPI we hope to expand the understanding of U.S. students by giving them the opportunity to learn from teachers like you. That's all for today, everyone. If you are interested in viewing our previous videos or signing up for our upcoming webinars, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars and sign up for our mailing list. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to hear about our upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, please email us at team@teachwithepi.com. I'm going to say that one more time. It's team@teachwithepi.com, and one of our trained admissions specialists will be able to help you. On behalf of everyone at EPI, thank you so much for joining us and have a great day.